Hi everyone, welcome to Be Celestial Tarot. This is the love reading for the month of September for all my Capricorns out there. I'm so sorry to have dropped the ball with the last month's reading. I got overwhelmed and yeah, that's all I can say. I'm going to try to pull the 3 overall energies for the reading, and I'm hoping that I can keep it relatively open, so please see what applies to you, and if it doesn't all apply, I apologize. But yeah, if you like, please like and subscribe, and share, because why not? Share the wealth. Okay, let's see what energies we have for Capricorn. Oh, you have a few energies that want to come out. I think that was it. Okay. Some of you might be feeling a bit cynical about love right now. Oh, wow. There's a few cards that came out. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to read these first before I put them up. But, someone hurt you. I got really sad. Someone you really were, it's not like, there's a few things. Someone might have been obsessed with you and you had to let them down, and that's been really hard. Or you were just like obsessed with like the idea of like being with someone, and then the reality of actually being with them might have let you down. But like I just feel like you were really head over heels for someone. You used to be very like romantic, but now you have more of a cynical outlook on love. Especially because like the Princess of Shells came in reverse, and for me that means like being very excited about love, and I feel like so much has happened to you and you've been probably dealing with a lot of trauma recently, and there's a lot of air energy. I just need to say that, but like I think like something might have come to light or will come to light in the month of September about someone you cared about, that's kind of going to flip things in a way that you're like, oh, they're not the person I thought they were, or this has happened, and you are trying to come to terms with that. But then also I hear like you wanting to speak up and say something that's been on your mind for a long time, but you're terrified to speak up. So I'm going to say those are these two came out together, so I'm going to put them together. Let's see how that works. Yep, and then this can go in the middle. A lot of really weird reverse energy coming through. So let's get some clarification, please. Yeah, wow, a lot of, okay. Someone's done something or will do something that just like kind of rubs you in the wrong way, in terms of like maybe they're just not the person you thought they were, or something's gonna, I feel like something's gonna come to light. But I feel like some of you have not been following your intuition fully, of just like there might have been some red flags about someone, or just like some uneasy feeling. Like they might have done some things in the past and you're like, oh, I don't really fuck with that. But you were like, I still care about them. It's not gonna be end. Like it's not gonna be the end. I'm just gonna continue to pursue it. And I think those things are probably adding up a little bit, and the month of September is gonna like bring new things to light, where you're gonna have to make the decision, and you're gonna be really stuck on whether or not to speak up, and you're gonna be stuck in your head a lot, because there's a lot of air energy, and for me that means like stuck in your head. Yeah, I feel like you have to be more careful of protecting your own energy and protecting your mental space, and be careful of who you're letting in at this point. Okay, and there's a lot of sequins of the same numbers, so 444 and 1010. You might want to reach out to see what that means for you. Yeah, just be more protection. And I think there was also the thing of like you're very protective of this person, so whoever this person is, you might have had a long history with them, so like this relationship is very sacred to you in that way because of the time you've known them. And I think maybe in the month of September there might be some kind of like going forward, like what are the things we need to talk about that has happened in our past. Like obviously things these things are happened. We're going to talk about them and get over them. Like, September might be a month where things come back into the situation of, like, you might not have talked about things before. And now they're just like, okay, well, we're going to talk about them, and this is going to either make or break the relationship. Like, if we don't talk about these issues right now, they're never going to get addressed. But it's going to come to light where, like, we can't continue that this didn't happen, keep continuing to pretend that this didn't happen. And I'm seeing, like, it would be a successful conversation. You just have to get there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing a new beginning. And just having to make, again, the decision. Like, you're going to have to really listen to your intuition, because, again, that just keeps ringing in my head right now. Of, like, listen to your intuition and trust that, like, if this conversation goes well, and the fact that if you can even have this conversation with this person, that is huge in itself. Like, the fact that you will have this conversation means that the relationship can bloom to the next level. Yeah, I think these cards are like, I think that's it. You need to pull from the other deck. Okay, I'm going to pull from the other deck because I don't think I'm getting any more messages here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to pull from another deck and see if I can get some clarification on these cards really quick. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like... Okay, I'm going to put this back in. That's a lot of energy. I feel like there's something about this relationship that allows you to sink into it, like the comfort of the relationship. And I think if this is a relationship that has kind of come and gone and been in your life for a long time, there's a certain comfort that comes with that as well. And maybe that's why this hard conversation is hard. That sounds so dumb. But, like, you might have gotten so comfortable with this person that, like, trying to have a hard conversation is terrifying. Yeah, I'm only seeing success. Like, the Sun card, like, September is it's a pivotal moment in which these conversations can happen. Like, I think what I'm feeling is there has been a lot of growth and change, and you too, no matter where you are, like, it's only going to be better when you have these conversations, when you are able to do it. The Sun card is a wonderful card to get. It's kind of... I think this person you're dealing with might have been has a tendency to get very defensive, or has put a wall up when you have talked about these things. Like, they will be like, I don't want to say like gaslighting, but like, be like, how could you bring this up? Like, they get very on edge when you would bring these things up, and that's why you haven't done this in a while. Like, you don't want to bring it up because you know it will ultimately lead to an argument that gets nowhere. But I feel like that energy is shifting now. Yeah, a lot of fire energy. And I think this person is very much, like, sometimes can be irrational, and that's also why it's frustrating. Like, they will jump to conclusions, or, like, be very, like, again, very defensive, on edge. And I feel like there might have been some distance between you guys. You might have taken a break and are kind of figuring out. That's very interesting. I feel like you guys are opposites, like opposites attract. Very different ways in working, and the way, it's so interesting. So we have the Knight of Wands, and then the Hermit, and then the Queen of Swords. Like, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands, like, I feel like you guys weren't being fully yourselves. But, like, while you were apart, you guys are in both very different headspaces. Like, there feels like a very much a rift in the middle. Like, one of you might be rash and impulsive, and the other one might be very, very methodical and has to, like, think 10 steps ahead, and trying to find, like, meet in the middle has always been a point of contention between you two. Let's get some clarification, please. Two of Cups, love. Yeah, I don't see this as, like, a bad thing. I think I'm really seeing growth between the two of you. I think you guys might have taken the time, will take the time, and then find a way to reunite. Yeah. the haircut. I don't know if some of your mother might be a huge influence, or their mother might be a huge influence in this relationship. But the Two of Cups is a beautiful card to get. Like, for me, that means like a beautiful union. But I think also, like, some of you might have very traditional views that are challenged when you're with this person, or one of you might be very traditional, and that kind of is like, oh god, like, it seems to get a bit messy sometimes because you're so traditional. Or you could just have Taurus in your chart, or be dealing with a Taurus. That's a possibility as well. Yes, again, like, the fact that this came out under Queen of Swords, for me, it's just like one of you is very methodical, and I think maybe that could be a point of contention, like, just a difference of opposites. Like, you guys are very different in the way you work, but it makes sense when you guys are together. Yeah. And some of you, your arguments, like, things come out so, like, they can get so heated that, like, the way you say things in arguments, like, it's not what you meant, but it comes out, or it's interpreted in such a bad way. Just like, oh god, that came out so much harsher than I meant it to. But this feels a lot like past energy. Like, in the past, you guys haven't met eye to eye on, like, how you argue, and, like, things always get meddled, and like, it feels like, again, it feels like this is past energy. Let's get some final messages. Oh, honey. Okay, yeah, again, the moon comes out, like, intuition, like, you're not following it. And then these are coming out in reverse, of just, like, when you don't follow your intuition. And then it's funny, the Hangman came out again, but in reverse. When you guys don't listen to your intuition, it's like, you won't find the success. And, like, I think in the month of September, you really need to trust that. Like, I think you have a hard time listening to yourself and what you want. And some of you might give a lot to the other person and don't expect a lot in return, and that could be also a huge issue of, like, I need to change this. I need to take care of myself in order to give my all. Like, this relationship can't be so one-sided anymore. Okay, let's pull some love oracle cards and see if we can get some final clarification. I like to pull 3 to see if there's, like, 3 separate messages. Oh, I'm going to pull a lot more ones to come out. 3 separate messages that can apply to whoever's reading it. Maybe there's one card that really speaks to you. Okay. Ooh, snap, crackle, pop. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, so we have sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. That feels like past energy. Then the Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. And honestly, that might be why this energy is shifting, of just, like, just because you've known someone for a long time, like, the month of September is going to be a huge, it's going to be a make or break moment. And I think for some of you, you got to stop making excuses. Like, if it becomes a vicious cycle of, like, the same arguments and whatnot, then it's time for you to let go. Then we have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. Yeah, very interesting read. I hope it resonated in some way for some of you out there. I'm sending all my love. Take care.